Top Cat 100 back in the building. You already know it's the Real Fear TV. You already know how I'm coming right now. Now, we want to get into this one because we got something real serious we need to talk about. And when we talking about this thing, we talking about Lil Wayne really. But, we want to talk about why Lil Wayne will be well off if he ever have to face this predicament that they trying to throw on him from a past gun charge that we all been hearing about. And I know people been wanting me to speak on this, so here's the time right now. Because we want to also speak on Drake actually holding it down as well as far as the Young Money movement and as far as all of this. Now, we know it probably don't be no more physical contracts because he's outworked all of that and now he has the leverage. We're not here to talk about the business. You know what I'm saying? We here to talk about Lil Wayne really and why he will be well off in this situation. It's off the strength of him putting Drake in position and having other artists that's in good positions and keeping good relationships. And this, what I want to talk about, all the serious ones that's as far as thinking about going out here rapping and doing whatever they do with their art or whatever it is that they doing. You got to sit here and not be uncomfortable enough to let somebody be greater than you sometime. Not to say Drake is greater than Lil Wayne, but if he's not, he's just as great when it comes to hits, when it comes to sales and all of that as of right now. Now, all of this, he writes his rap stuff and all of that. We're not here to get into that aspect because even if he don't write his stuff, he will still be crowned the, best entertainer probably in rap history. Entertainers are people like, P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye, who get their raps written. You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't want to get too much into that. I just want to get into the fact that a lot of people don't want their artists to flourish above them when they put in a certain predicament. And this is why if they ever hit a hole in the wall or whatever, or a real downfall, that they can't get up. You see what I'm saying? Because it's nobody to help them because they held all the fame and they held all the access to the power to themselves. Now, what you do is you're supposed to scout out talent and you're supposed to make sure that everything is lining up with that person to where they can comprehend the business part and can execute the artist part. And a lot of people don't have the thought process to do that because they simply don't have discipline. And what I mean by not having discipline is they may need a certain alcohol, they may need a certain drug to go in the booth to, maintain. They can't go in there, sober and actually put their heart down. And a lot of people feel like that they're not at their best if they're not under the influence. So with all this being said, this is why I say that with Drake being in position and at least Nicki Minaj and with building relationships and keeping good relationships in the industry and not being the type of rapper that feel like you too big for a blogger or a news reporter or anybody in journalism or anybody within the industry and they just want to put out real art. You see what I mean? Now, if you that type of person, you got to sit here and you got to congratulate all the people that come along that may try to help you in your steps of success that you're trying to get to. And that means treating every janitor like they was the boss, if you ever heard of that saying. And this is what Drake has did. This is what Lil Wayne has actually did. This is the relationship that they have. So I have no doubts that Lil Wayne gonna get past this, but at the same time, I'm looking at other artists that was put in Drake's position that didn't carry on the torch. Now, I want to mention a couple of rappers, not a couple of, but just one, like 50 Cent. Now, Tony Yayo or Lloyd Banks or somebody like Young Buck up under him was supposed to have been his Drake, you know what I'm saying? So with them not carrying on that torch, if 50 was to ever fall, he has nobody that can pick him back up and put him where he need to be because he's constantly doing it for them. And I'm not saying that he's doing it for all of them, and I'm not saying that he's still doing it, but it's reports that has been, subjected to everybody thinking that he has. So with Drake being put in a position of power and he's actually leading in sales and kept the cash and money boat sailing for so long, known as the Six God in Toronto. And you got to understand that, he may be well off because he still got a good support system. You know, it's the reason why Lil Wayne supposed to have had that on him, but it was actually found in his luggage. And what it is the case that they're fighting against, they're trying to stand as he was a non-threat and he was non-violent. It was found in his luggage. I don't want to go into how it got there, but at the same time, that's what reports are saying, allegedly. Now, with all this being said, they're trying to go for the counter of saying that he was non-violent with it, he's a non-threat, and he's not, because he don't have an extensive background. But ever since that, Donald Duck, I want to say Donald Duck support, that he's been targeted, I feel. So, you want to go out here and you want to support Donald Duck, then it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I think he might have been still, in the hands of, the authorities right now, because they looking at all that, and there's some people that really don't like Donald. You know what I'm saying? So with all this being said, I don't know if that's the reason, but that's just my theory right there. The rest of that you can take it to the bank with, but his attorneys is trying to fight the, side of he was violent with it. There's no reason, and I think that they're gonna try to throw him some time. He can face up to 10. We're hoping that's not happening. So how y'all feel about what I just said, and do y'all think it's a good thing that Lil Wayne put Drake in position to actually make it so if anything do go down for those 10, that he can stand up and help him through everything and all the way? Drop them comments.